and I am here in Amsterdam. Okay, let me put some color on my lips, you guys. I feel like I'm a vampire. Oh no, yeah, a tan vampire. Hi Sonia, girl, hello. Hi Cyprian, Cobra, Chris, Josie, hello, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. So today we're going to be talking about self-love, taking care of your body. Why is it important of looking at yourself sometimes? That's why I chose Tuesday because it's Choose You Day. Hi Cyprian. I am here in Amsterdam, but this Asian face came from the Philippines. And I grew up in Spain. I am multiculti. Let's just say it like that. If you put me to live in Colombia or Peru or another country, I think I would survive. And I would feel like I'm part of that place as well. All right. Appreciate you for tuning in. Okay po, salamat. Alright, you know a little bit of Tagalog. That is so cool. Oh, what are these things popping up? Can you guys tap the screen? Like weird things just appeared here. It's not hearts. Oh, there are crowns. Hearts. Wow, that is new. Alright. I didn't see that before. Yesterday it was not here. Wow, I need to understand this. This is amazing. Okay, so Cyprian, where are you from? Like, you know where I'm from. Where are you from? Are you here in Europe as well, or are you in the US? Are you in South Africa? Which part of the country or of the earth are you from? Hi, Golf for Life, Cass, Nguyen, Paz Interior, Hola, Conrad Drew. Appreciate you for being here. As I said, you guys, this is going to be talking about self-love and taking care of your vessel. Why is it is important, and how to understand God's love. Okay, so if you guys don't know me and if you're new here, comment new in the comment section below. I like talking about, so just for you to guys to know what I like talking about is all about habits, mindset, God, online businesses, especially digital product businesses. These things I like talking about: faith, vision. All right, this is not Tinder, you guys. Let's set up some rules. Okay, this is not Tinder. I am not an English teacher. Because some people say that they're learning English from me. I feel humbled. I feel really appreciative of that fact that you guys want to learn English from me. But I'm not an English teacher. But you guys, stay here if you like those topics. Okay, if you want to learn English, I would recommend you guys to download Tandem and there find people who you can talk to, because it is important if you're learning a language to practice with your voice, with your words. Right, how you guys can express yourself. Just like a tip from me, I don't want to waste anyone's time. All right, if you're procrastinating, now that we're talking about wasting time, if you're procrastinating, I don't want to be part of it. So put your phone down, go hug your family, go read a book that can improve your life. All right, don't use this as an entertainment. Okay, but if you're genuinely interested in improving your life, stay here with me. Okay. Hi, Dean. Let me see. Do you feel how your truth echoes in rooms you haven't entered yet? Do I feel the truth echoing in rooms you haven't even entered yet? I do feel. All right, I do feel the power of our voice. You don't have to enter a room. Like your energy can actually create movement. It can move mountains. All right, so all right guys, so I am here in Amsterdam to just let you know I'm in Europe. And as I said, you guys, this is not Tinder, and don't procrastinate here. All right, I like people who are engaging. So tap the screen, you guys. TAP the screen, so the more I see those things popping up, it's now today it's hearts, it's crowns, it's like a peace sign. It's really cool. The more I know that you're here listening and you're not a bot. Okay, so that actually supports me in a way. allowing me to know that you are human and I am not just engaging with bots. Okay, and if you're that person wanting to provoke a feeling of lust in your system right now, I want you to go away as well. I don't want to be part of you trying to provoke an emotion of lust in your body. As I said, this is not Tinder. I want to talk about God habits that can hopefully change someone's life. All right? In the mighty name of Jesus, may that spirit of lust be leaving your body today. May Jesus help you break that chain away. All right? May it fall away in the mighty name of Jesus. All right, you guys. Say here, comment here if you want more in life. Comment me in the comment section below. I am just honest, you guys. I'm just honest. I don't want to waste anyone's time. Our time is important. All right. So when they dismiss your words, do you ever wonder what they are truly afraid of? Maybe they are afraid of accepting that their decision that they have made in their life is wrong. You know, and being bold and expressive and not being afraid to produce these beautiful emotions to people is the right thing, like producing good fruits. All right, so when I think about God and when he says to us be fruitful, and I think of emotions of fruit, you can take action with faith and somehow you can produce joy, you can produce, you know, like emotions of people feeling gentleness, like faithfulness, those beautiful emotions. But some people, they haven't had that for a long time. All right, so when you are living in the other side of the frequency and they've been living here the whole time in the negative, focused on the negative, when they hear you, when you somehow encounter each and one of you, you clash. But your mission is to stay here in the highest frequency, right? To maintain, to produce joy, gentleness, faithfulness, peace, self-control. Self-control is important when you meet these people, so that they can see that maybe this is the right way, all right, to live life, so that they can be more hopeful, to dream again, to see the positive things. All right. Can you feel the difference between, oh, Stony Love, you have deep questions, but I love it. Thank you so much. Can you feel the difference between being heard and being truly received? Yes. So being truly received is deeper. It influences their action. It's not just hearing, because for example, if you're in a class and there is a teacher teaching you, you know, how to do calculus or something like that, I don't know, something difficult, and you hear it, but it's not affecting your actions. For example, in a job as well, people are giving you commands all the time, but it's not affecting the quality of your life. A lot of the times when people are in jobs, they just work, receiving commands, hearing commands, and it doesn't get them closer to that fulfillment of soul. It doesn't. Thank you for the roses. It doesn't. So truly receiving affects, it has an influence in one's life, in one's soul, in one's action. Yeah, it's not just hearing. All right, thank you so much. KZ, thank you for the compliment. I know they tell me that a lot. You don't have to say it, but thank you. All right, so comment me in the comment section below. Oh, I have a mole here. I didn't know. Anyways, I was talking about this one. I thought there was a mosquito there, but like, oh, I have a mole there. I didn't know. All right, Stony Love, what dimension are you in? That question is truly hard. I am not really aware, so I'm not really informed yet about this the dimensions. All right, so sorry, I don't have, but if there are dimensions, I know we have like 3D, right? But I think there are more dimensions. Like 6, 7, 30, 30 something dimension. I don't know which I am at, to be honest. Should I dig deeper into this, God, about dimension? I think that is too deep. You're truly speaking from different dimension. Each dimension has its own truth. Whoa! Thank you for the insight. I love that. All right, so I will ask God if I'm ready to look into this, because God right now is teaching me more about self-love, and also about, it's more into health. So vagus nerve, frequency, how to understand Christ, like to be in his mind, to how to be in Christ's mind, like how to stay in that frequency, how to stay in that positivity. So as I said, you guys, being positive is sometimes really good, but you have to balance it. All right, we're going out of topic. So how much of your past self still speaks through you now? My past, not a lot anymore, to be honest. I use the lessons from my past, the lessons, just the good things, but it doesn't define me anymore. After having this truth, like more, after I dig deeper into the truth, I see myself differently, and I see everything differently. Yeah, and when I was changing, when I was in the transition, I noticed things that were in my present that was affecting me in the present, but they were coming from the past. People call them like childhood trauma or something like that, right? So I've gone through an exercise to resolve those issues, to forgive myself in the past. So once it's forgiven, once it's surrendered, it's gone. Like I can move freely. Yeah, amazing question. I am humbled by your evolution. Do your lies ever tell more truth than your truth? Wait, I need to think about this. Do your lies ever tell more truth than your truth? So when I catch myself believing a lie, it gives me a truth as well. Like something that I am afraid of, or something that I am covering for. Hopefully it makes sense. But I need to catch myself doing or believing in a lie. And I am building tools to improve myself on that, right? There are beliefs that was not for me. Though there are beliefs that come from, I don't know where they come from, but it's outside me. And I know that I need to get rid of this. So when I catch myself taking action under this belief, and it's not the wrong thing, it produces bad emotions, it produces heaviness in my body, I can catch myself. Because remember, the frequency or the emotions that we are producing has frequency. So I can use this, like what emotions is this producing me? So yeah, lies tell me truth, but I need to catch myself. Hopefully it answers your question. Hi RB Tansit, appreciate you. So comment me below, you guys, if you want more in life. Comment me. I want dreamers here. I love Tony loves question. This makes me think. I love this. Humbled by your transparency and wildflower. Ta-da! All right, appreciate you everyone. Comment me, you guys. I want to engage with dreamers, because there was a time in my life that I forgot my dream, and I want to be able to help you guys make your dreams happen. That was a life mission that somehow I got into, like when I connected to my core more. Thank you for the roses. So when I connected myself to the core, I saw myself for the first time, and I I became more stable. I stopped looking for outside things. And when I found my core, all right, I knew that it could be broken, and it could be expanding. All right. So when I stopped and I started working with God, if you guys learn about atoms, you will learn that an electron, when they are closest to the nucleus with the neutron and the proton, the electron is closer to this nucleus. So imagine this is the electron, right? It's more stable. It's more stable. Imagine this is an atom of hydrogen. The electron is going around like this, trying to look for another hydrogen atom to combine. So I am stable like this, but I connected myself to God. All right, and I started working with it. We form a covalent bond. And guess what? When you form a covalent bond with another atom, light happens. Light happens. Beautiful. And it gets more stable and it's relaxed. So it's not looking for outside things anymore. It has a relationship. You guys see that? It is relaxed and it can be more stable than being alone as an atom. And I think about that as we people. I was in that life where I was constantly looking for something outside me. I was not relaxed. I was anxious about life. And I forgot my own core. I forgot my own self. Right? Who have here felt burned out before? Let me see. Oh, Martin, I think he knows more about chemistry. This is amazing. Someone can explain this to me. All right. She's truly speaking her journey. That's priceless. Lana, I am here in Amsterdam, but this face comes from the Philippines. I grew up in Spain. I'm a multi-culti. I'm Orban, because I fell asleep for 3 minutes and missed it. Oh, Orb transit. Oh, we're actually talking about something with orbs and transition. Just kidding. Stony Love, she's truly speaking her journey. That's priceless. Thank you. Hydrogen, also called proton because it has a tendency to lose easily its electron. Boss baby, yes. Morning, happy blessed Tuesday, everyone. All right. Martin, can you confirm me? If you know more about chemistry, please confirm me. If an atom is closer to its core, do they get more stable? All right. So there is a rule, I think, in chemistry. In chemistry, there's a rule that atoms wants to be always more stable. That is what they want. They want to be more stable. That's their nature. All right, hopefully Martin is still here. But this is cool. When God showed me that, because I was thinking about our eyes, right? If you guys see our eyes, there is a dot in the middle and then color, and like beautiful, right? And I see a fruit. When you cut this fruit in, how you call it? And perpendicular cut or something like that, you see the core, and it's the same structure. Our universe has like a core and then something outside it happening, right? Everything is like it has a core. And I was like, what is this? And I thought about atoms because in the past, you guys, I am a clinical laboratory technician, so I did study chemistry, but I didn't enjoy it. Very good message. Fair. Hola. I appreciate you. Right. So I thought about atoms because atoms have the same structure. They have nucleus. And now I ask myself, how these atoms actually react? How do they behave? And to my surprise, I found that electrons, when they're closer to their core, they are more stable. I was like, that is me! That was me. I was not close to my core. I was always wanting to find someone else or something else outside me. All right. And I found the right thing. I found God after that. All right, everyone. So I was asking you guys, hey, baby boss. Boss baby pala. Boss baby, how are you doing? Morning, happy blessed Tuesday, everyone. Happy Tuesday to you. So today is Choose You Day, right? Tuesday. All right. So I was asking people who here have dreams. All right. We have dreams. Comment yes in the comment section below. Boss baby says yes. Good morning. Very happy, nice. Very happy, nice Tuesday. So we have these visions that we only can see with our eyes closed. All right. You guys have that? Do you guys see something with your eyes closed? Like you having a beautiful life, you living a life where you're empowered, you loving more your family, you having more time to be with them, free with them, right? Something that you can see in your sight. It's not the Lamborghini, it's not the mansion, it's a feeling, all right? That is what I call vision. So you guys, you have that, I'm pretty sure. Boss Baby is asking, what time is it in Amsterdam? It is 12:54, almost 1 p.m. Hi, Isabella, girl. How are you doing? Thank you for being here. Where are you, Isabella? Which location are you from? So I was asking people, Isabella, if you have dreams or visions. So these things, they only exist in your mind, and most of the times you see them with your eyes closed. You know, when you start imagining, you're in stillness and you start feeling these visions, you start imagining life. So do you have this as well, Isabella? You guys, everyone else, comment me if you have dreams. I want people to have dreams and make them happy. All right, comment me in the comment section below. It's complex. It has to do with conservation of energy. Exactly. They want to conserve energy and energy levels. I have a superficial knowledge on chemistry. All right. So when I am looking for an atom, when they look for other atoms, they are stimulated. You know, I want to look for another atom. They're stimulated. All right, but when they combine to another atom, as I said, photon is released, light, and guess who is light in the Bible? God is light. All right, light happens and they relax. Finally, I'm connected to someone. I'm connected to the source. I'm connected to the covalent bond, like the strongest bond. Okay, it's beautiful. I hope, I told God, like, God, hopefully you have shown me this before when I was studying chemistry, because I didn't like chemistry that much. Hello, Alan, appreciate you. Thank you so much. But everything is related. You will, if you guys dig deeper into God, it's related. Hi, Héroe del Ayunta... ¿Qué? Aoyantepui. Aoyantepui. Proton God E. P positive God E. Héroe del Ayuntapui. No te rías. No te rías. Lo intenté. Alright? Alright, so I was asking people who here have dreams. So if you have these dreams, please, you guys, if you don't have dreams, please be in a silent moment with yourself. Be quiet. No music, no entertainment, just in the forest or in a corner of your room, and start dreaming. It's going to be overwhelming at first because fear is going to go there, burdens, doubts, all kind of weird thoughts are going to come and overflow in your mind. But I want you to pray. I want you to meditate. If you guys don't believe in God, hopefully you do. Ask God, God, please, there's a lot of noise. Please allow me to hear just your voice. Okay? Allow me to hear just your voice. I want to remember my dreams. Please help me. Help me remember those things that makes me feel happy and make them as well present in the future. Ooh, that's the present in the future. Something like that. and hopefully you guys hear the God, like the voice of God clearer, or something that you genuinely want to do. Dreams. Okay, so we're going to be talking about self-care because those dreams are up there, right? It's on the top of the mountain of success. And guess what happens when we climb a mountain? You guys, who here does hiking? Who here loves hiking? Here in Amsterdam, we don't have mountains. Comment below. You guys, engage. I would love to get to know you better. Let me see. Héroe del ayuntamiento. You did so good. All right, I will just call you Héroe. I wish I had the time to study chemistry. Well, what? Yeah, I wish you do. I wish too that I could have, I have gotten this wisdom from God before when I was studying it. I think I would have enjoyed it. I think I would have gone deeper into it. Like, what? God is in everything, even in the atoms. Wow, amazing. All right. So your dreams are up there, and there is a journey, right? It's a journey. Let me see. Martin Falabella, not everyone is ready to hear greatness of God's voice. Some need an Aaron to be the intermediary. That is really, yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. That's why I start with, I try. I try. Because I am a newbie too. So I started believing in God last year. And my life has changed. This girl didn't exist last year. Right? The confidence that I have speaking didn't exist the beginning of last year, 2024. The transformation that you guys are wishing that you can make in 5 years, God can accelerate everything and make it in just 1 year. I don't know what he does, but he gives me all this to share. All right, let's just go and talk about our dreams and goals, okay? So there's a mountain of success. All right, you guys, you didn't answer my question. Who here likes hiking, climbing mountains, or going to the mountains? Hi. Yes, Manny, en forma oficial, bienvenida. Bienvenido, perdón. Sí, ya me acuerdo. Es que tienes tu foto de tu mujer y tú. You could be Aaron, perhaps. No mountains in New York City. Schade. So here as well, in Amsterdam, we don't. But I love going to mountain trips. I love how, like, trees can just give you this calmness that is unexplainable for me, and you just hear different sounds that you don't hear in the city, of course, and the stillness, right? So hiking, all right, amo escalar montañas. Yes, we have this person here who loves climbing mountains. All right, héroe del Aujentepui. I really would want you to comment below. If you would give a beginner a tip or tips before going to that mountain, what would it be? All right. Anyway, puedes subir aquí un momento en el live. Hi, Yasmani. I am here in Amsterdam. Hiking in New York City, really. I am here in Amsterdam. Martin, sí, hablo español. This girl is Spanish, but my face comes from the Philippines that were conquered by the Spaniards. That's why I have Gutierrez and Marquina as a surname. Get a good pair of shoes. Yes. Get a good pair of shoes. What else? Because you're going to go through paths that are maybe, challenging, right? And it's a climb, so your feet should be comfortable. All right. Héroe del Aujentepui If you can go and share us as well here. Yes, Boss Baby, the Spaniards actually conquered the Philippines and they gave us the religion. Hola, Edwin.
Hola.
Hola. Pues, ¿cómo estás? ¿Estás ocupado? ¿Puedes hablar?
No. Sí.
Yes.
Gracias.
¿Prefieres hablar en inglés o en español?
I try to speak a little bit English.
Yes. Amazing. Thank you so much. So, Martin Falabella said comfortable and protected. So, being ready is important. So, anyway, what tips would you give people before hiking this mountain? Like, what do you bring with you? What kind of preparation do you do?
You, in the beginning, you have to know, you have to be a good hiker, and bring the good hiking shoes and bring some clothes portions in the way, and bring the good tents that you can to hike to the mountain. For example, Ayateboy is a big mountain. You can even see my profile. A big mountain where you need the foods, a good tent for camping.
Food, tent.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. What do you mean? Can I ask a question? When you say being a good hiker, what it takes to be a good hiker? Do you need to train before you hike a mountain?
Yeah. That is very important because to get to the top, you need to hike every day around 7 hours, going out all the time.
Ooh. All right. Yes. But there's a beautiful mountain. Can you explain where this mountain is? Which part of the world is this? Because I don't know.
I know you are right. But this mountain is located here in Venezuela, in Canaima National Park.
Venezuela.
It's where you can even visit Angel Falls. Yeah, that's it.
All right, so this is in Venezuela, beautiful mountain. And you also guide us to go up there to the mountain?
Yes, I'm the guide.
We have a contact, you guys. We have a contact to climb mountains. And when people are complaining about the hike, what do you tell them?
No, yes, I say relax and walk slow without in a hurry, so yeah, it is possible to do it.
All right. So you actually tell them to relax and you give them like positive messages that it's possible, just take it slow, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I always explain about people who love to spend the trips very well is to be positive, because I have known people in my experience that few people like to complain in a way. They don't like to spend very well. But the good way is to be all the time happy, positive, enjoy.
So you do find a difficulty working with people who is in the lowest frequency, who see the negative things in life, right? So it's hard to lift them up. So your mission, I guess, is also when you have these people who are negative and complaining a lot. Your mission as a guide is also to stay positive because you have to fight against these emotions, right?
Yeah, you're right.
All right.
Thank you.
Amazing. Thank you so much for sharing. Can you share me how do you pronounce it? Ayuyentepui.
Yes, that's correct.
Ha! All right. Thank you so much.
Sorry. Where are you from?
So I am here in Amsterdam. I am here in Netherlands, so in Europe. But as I said...
Países Bajos.
Países Bajos. Exactamente.
Yeah.
Y sí, mi cara asiática viene de Filipinas. Pero crecí en España, por eso hablo español. Pero tengo muchos amigos latinoamericanos. O sea, mi español no suena como de Madrid, porque crecí en Madrid.
Ah,
O
está
sea,
bien, está bien.
sí tengo español latinizado, everyone. I have
Sí,
my...
sí, sí. Hablas como venezolana.
Oh, really?
Sí.
Oh my god. I take that as a compliment. Thank you so much. All right. Have a good day to you. ¿Qué hora es allá? What time is it there?
7 a.m. 7
Good morning to you. Happy Tuesday. And hopefully this beautiful energy stays with you. Keep this. So you met someone from across the continent, across the globe.
Yeah, right.
Someone
Yes.
new.
Thank you.
So let's be appreciative of the internet. This is possible because we have social media platforms. You guys can use social media platforms to connect with wonderful people like Eroe del Ahuyente Pui. Alright? So thank you so much for sharing. I'm going to disconnect you. Hopefully you can
Yeah,
stay
okay, no
longer.
problem. Thank you very
Alright?
much. To invite me.
Thank you so much. Alright. You guys see that? Did you guys see that? There's a lot of things that you need to climb a mountain. All right, so I took some notes of what he shared. To climb a mountain, all right? I am using this analogy to climbing a mountain to making your dreams happen. All right? And he mentioned hiking shoes because the path is going to just also Martin mentioned hiking shoes. There is a path that is upward, and sometimes it can be really challenging. Rocky roads, slippery roads, water on your way. All right, so imagine that path, the same thing when you are climbing for your dreams. And what else he said? Clothes. All right, proper clothes. Maybe there's a lot of mosquitoes, a lot of plants that can hurt you. So you need to bring somehow an armor. And if you guys know in the Bible, God says and tells you to also wear your armor all the time. All right? Who here knows about the armor of God? All right, so clothes, food. Food. Why? Because we are machines and we need to fuel ourselves. We need to have fuel to consume in our way. We need to be ready, and you're not going to climb that mountain when you're hungry, when you're sick, all right? And he also mentions that there is a training that you need to do. You need to prepare yourself to climb that mountain, like a good hiker. So when you're about to make your dreams happen, there is also a preparation that you need to do and be aware of, right? So the preparation that you need to do when you're climbing your mountain of success, all right, is being aware of your strengths and your weaknesses. Because you cannot improve something that you cannot see. You cannot improve something you cannot see. So you need to see yourself first. Am I good at hiking? Can I walk 10,000 steps a day? Oh, not yet. I barely move. So I better train for that. Maybe in the next few days, I will train myself to walk at least 20 or 10. And then the next week, 20. And then the next week, 30. All right. So you give yourself propositions to achieve a better habit, a better routine. All right. A preparation to climb a mountain. Once you see your weaknesses, that for example in your dream you want to be a better speaker, and that is up there top of the mountain, and you're not, you're shy, you're not confident, you're hiding, you don't want people. All right, that is a weakness that you need to be aware of and be honest about. All right, so now you prepare yourself. How do I train myself so that I can love people more? How do I train myself? You guys see this myself. It's self-love. The best self-love that you can do for yourself is your personal development. Your personal development. While you're climbing that mountain, you're going to see a lot of beautiful things, a lot of new sounds, a lot of new challenges. And somehow you need to be ready for it in your heart as well. All right? You need to have inner strength. Anyway, Eroe del Ahuyente Pui says that he a lot of the times need to maintain himself in a positive posture. Stand firm because people sometimes are challenging. Who here knows this? I know it because I've worked in hotels. And my work in hotels was to make people happy and allow them to experience a beautiful vacation, right? And making people happy that cannot see the happiness in this world is hard. All right, so the first thing that you need to do for yourself before hiding, all right, not before, but see yourself. Are you good? Are you good at this when people are trying to drag you down? Are you how do you get triggered when people are saying bad things to you or to whatever it is that you do? They tell you, this is BS, this is I don't like this. How do you react against it? Are you calm? Do you get triggered? Do you cry? You need to be aware of these things. Okay? Because there is a moment in life when you're going to go up that mountain of success, people are going to say you bad things. And you need to be firm. Huh? That is not me. I know who am I in the eyes of God. I am the daughter of God or son of God. He created me with so much care, fearfully and wonderfully made. I am blessed. I can produce emotions of joy to people. I can make people happy, make feel light. All right. So whatever they tell you, if you believe this identity from your heart, like you are a source of joy, you can be faithful, you can be gentle, you have self-control. You guys, if you don't know what I'm talking about, this is the fruits of the Holy Spirit. Okay. You guys Google fruits of the Holy Spirit. When you act under those things, you produce good fruits. You produce good emotion. When you're joyful, you just contagiate everyone. You just allow them to be joyful as well. When you're gentle, you know, you're allowing them to feel your gentleness and love. So when God tells us to be fruitful, it doesn't mean that we need to produce a lot of babies. All right, that is one thing, but it has more meaning. All right, it's producing something that is inside us. It's a seed that is inside us that is invisible. And we can produce emotions as fruits. Everything that we can produce with our body, with our vessel. Women can produce babies, women can produce emotions, we can produce art, we can produce books, we can produce businesses, and you too. All right. Well, men can produce babies, but all right. So let me see. Edward that Auyente says I do as well. I want to be a good English speaker. That's amazing. So Edward, do you have Tandem? You can download Tandem. So it's a free app. There are some limitations for it if you want to upgrade, but the free app actually offers a lot. There are groups of people you can join their conversation and speak more. All right, just be part of a group discussing about some topics, and you can practice your English there better. I'm actually going to download it again because I am learning Dutch. It's my 5th language. All right, everyone. Hi, Sharky, you're here. Appreciate you for being here. Boss baby, yes. Thank you, God, for the internet. Exactly, right? It allows us to connect. Boss baby, you are there in New York City. I'm here in Amsterdam. Amazing. So cool. All right. Sharky, amazing that you're here. Nice to see you. Hopefully you have an amazing Tuesday wherever you are. Thank you for always supporting my content. I see your hearts. I see your support. Thank you so much. All right, everyone. So we have the mountain. And just like Edoe shared, you need to be prepared and ready to fight challenges in that mountain. Okay? So having that self-awareness in your body, weaknesses that you can improve so that you can hike that mountain better is going to be crucial. So what happens when you do the climb? Doing the climb, you work on your glutes, you work on your legs. You're also getting stronger. It's beautiful. You guys go hike. It's beautiful. There's a lot of yeah, go to Venezuela where their mountains is and contact Edward. You guys, you have him here right now. If you're going to Venezuela, you better contact him and climb the mountain with him. I am I am not yet, but I really want to live in South America for some years. I want to experience South America, to just live and breathe how they breathe, experience and get more knowledge about life. Anyways, um while you're climbing that mountain, you're also working on your strength. So you're seeing these beautiful things and also challenges, and at the same time, it's testing you. It's stretching your muscles. The same thing when you're making your dreams happen. It doesn't mean it's easy, but you can always choose to enjoy it. All right, choose to enjoy it. Just like Edo has said, you need to stay in the high frequency, stay positive. Like, always think that a challenging situation, can always bring you a lesson. And it's teaching you patience, it's teaching you self control, it's teaching you to be gentle, to not explode when bad things happen. It teaches you to be faithful that soon we're going to arrive, all right? Because Edo has shared that people, a lot of the times, they complain, right? Oh, how is it going to take? How long is it going to take? Are we arriving yet? Right. So, Edo, I need to say, relax. We can take it slow. All right. To keep them in the high frequency. Okay, you guys. Working with people is an amazing, and it teaches you a lot. Amazing opportunity. All right. So, let me see. Thank you so much, Héroe del Ahuyente Pui. Yes, so actually I will have you add here. Follow back. Thank you so much. Hola, David. Hi, David. Welcome to this live. Today we're talking about self-care. Thank you for the rose. Thank you so much. All right. Self-care with your vessel. So now you have this climb, right? And you guys saw it. You're on the lowest part of the mountain where you can't see the highest peak of the mountain. You're dreaming to see the highest peak of the mountain. You're imagining it like, oh, there will be clouds, there will be fresh air, there will be sunlight, there will be that feeling of accomplishment. We're going to drink tea up there, we're going to drink hot coffee out there. You guys, I'm imagining things here. God's hand, thank you for the wings. I was just going to do this and I'm like, maybe they will look funny. Anyways, so you start imagining. That's when I say visions, things that you can see with your eyes closed while you are here like on the floor, like on the ground, on the feet of this mountain that you're about to climb. So if you guys see it properly, you have a point A and a point B, and your vehicle is you. You are the one who takes you up there. You have a guide. You have Héroe del Ahuyente Pui, right? You have a guide who knows the route, and you follow him. But your body moves up there. Your body, not your neighbor's body. If you want to see the peak of that mountain, you need to do the climb, not your neighbor. All right, so if you have dreams, if you want to accomplish big things in life, answer me, comment below, answer me. Who is going to be doing the work? Comment me in the comment section below. I mean me. I mean you, declaring that you know that you need to do the work. You need to do the climb. Me, Karen, exactly. David, thank you for the puff. Right, myself, exactly. Right, your body takes you from this feet of the mountain to up there. So why are you important in this journey? Why are you important? Why? Why taking care of yourself is important. Why Eroe del Auyentepui wants you to wear hiking shoes. Why Eroe del Auyentepui wants you to be covered, to wear that clothes that will protect you. Why? Because your guide doesn't want you to be hurt. He wants you to be prepared. Thank you for the bouquet. Flowers. You guys see that? And that is just how God loves you as well. God love is a spectrum. It's a huge spectrum that I cannot explain. He can love you like a mentor. He can love you like a parent. He can love you like a brother, a sister. He can love you with so many aspects of it, with aspects of love. But there is a very important love that a lot of people don't want to experience. And that is this disciplinary love. Who here have children? Comment me in the comment section below. I have younger siblings. Comment me in the comment section below if you have younger people. Alright? Comment me in the comment section below if you have. Karen, you have. Alright, so a lot of us, we have younger people around us who are growing. So when you discipline your children, it's hard for you and it's hard for them. But you do it out of love because you want them to improve their behavior. You want them to be better. Right? And that's the same thing with our self-care, with our self-love. Sometimes we want to be better. Sometimes we want a better life. We want to grow. We want to protect our heart. We want to protect our mind. We want to start cleaning up our mind to break limiting beliefs, break generational cycles of poverty, limiting beliefs. And it's hard. Building a new you is hard. And God wants you to understand that that is like the same love as you experience when a parent loves his children. It's always not easy, but it's love. So that's the best self-love that you can do for yourself. Discipline yourself. All right, let's go to Hebrews 12. This was mind-blowing for me. God revealed this to me last night. Like, why am I reading Hebrews all the time? I was repeating it. You guys watched my last video, how God revealed this to me. But I'm going to Hebrews 12. Go get your Bible, everyone. But there God talks, I think it's Paul who's speaking. What's my password? I'm asking you guys, you don't know. Go for it, Joanne. But there God explains how he loves his children through discipline, because he chooses to discipline his children. Like those people who get his discipline, he accepted them as his children. All right? And the message is enjoy being disciplined because you have a parent, a God, a father who loves you. And he wants you to be better. He wants you to get all the things that he can give to you. And he wants you to be able to handle them with all your strength. Because sometimes blessings can be difficult to handle. All right? So sometimes God doesn't give you what you want because you're not ready yet. You need to go to a disciplinary love and you need to hear first like what he wants you to do. What kind of discipline you need. Okay, and it takes being humble. At first, when I was with God, like when I was getting to know God, about to make this climb of the mountain, I said, I will do it all by myself. I can do this all by myself. And I was wrong. And life hit me like this. And I was crying. And I didn't know how to ask help. Alright. So I've learned that using your words, alright, using your words to ask for help and communicating with someone, with your guide, alright, when you're climbing that mountain is important. And who knows the path? Your guide. All right, anyway, when you're climbing the real mountain, but if you're climbing that dream, that mountain of success for your dream, you need to communicate with God. He knows everything. He knows your past, present, and future. Everything is already written. Hola, Jose, bravo. I'm doing great. Thank you so much. Cesarine, thank you so much for being here. All right, so let me read you guys this scripture. Hebrews 12, whole chapter. I'm just using Google. I'm going to Bible Gateway and I'm using New International Version of the Bible. Okay, I'm going to start in verse 4. Okay, okay, here is speaking. All right, so the speaker from this book is unknown, a Hebrew. It doesn't identify itself. But it says, all right, so we read it for a second, okay? Stay with me, okay, you guys. Stay here with me. I want you to understand how God explains his love for his children. In your struggle, when you're suffering against sin, against procrastination, against dependencies, lust, pride, what else? You know, dependency of food, like gluttony. Do you call it gluttony? Those kind of things. When you're in your struggle against sin, you have not yet resisted to the point of shedding your blood. And have you completely forgotten this word of encouragement that addresses you as a father addresses his son? So, have you forgotten this message of encouragement? How a father addresses his son, like how he communicates with his son. It says, "My son, do not make light of the world, the Lord's discipline." My son, right? Do not make light of the Lord's discipline. So this is a father talking to his son, and the son is being disciplined by the Lord, our all father, like our spiritual God. All right, Lord's discipline. So when you say do not make light, it means do not underestimate it. Do not make light means do not underestimate it or do not make it small. So do not make light of the Lord's discipline. So do not lose heart when he rebukes you. So when he is counseling you, he is trying to protect you. When he's correcting you, don't lose heart. Don't lose heart. Because the Lord disciplines the ones he loves. So beautiful. The Lord disciplines the ones he loves, and he chastens everyone he accepts as his son. All right, endure hardship as discipline. In other translations, it is written as enjoy hardship as discipline. Let me see another translation here. NLT. As you endure this divine discipline, remember that God is treating you as his own children. Whoever heard of a child who is never disciplined by his father? Like, you guys, if you don't discipline your children, are they your children? Like, do you love them? Do you want them to improve? Why are you not disciplining them? Are you afraid of them hating you? That's the question, right? So let me do this puzzle thing for TikTok. So everyone here who have children, if you're not disciplining your kid because they have done something wrong, do you really love them? Do you? You want them to improve their behavior. So you want to discipline them when they are doing something wrong. But everything should come out of love, right? Because I know some parents, that they discipline their kid out of irritation, out of bad emotions. It's not coming out of love. And that is traumatic for the children. All right? Make sure that your discipline comes from love, and God is love. All right? His discipline can only come from love. It cannot come from hate. He doesn't have those feelings. He doesn't have those emotions. Maximo, I appreciate you for sharing. Hi, Miko. All right, so be aware how you are disciplining your children. And the one thing that you can trust is his discipline is always good for you. Always. But here in the human world, some parents, even though you say parents can never be bad, I've seen bad parents. I've seen it. And they discipline, or they do something to their children, and it's bad. It's coming out of irritation, it's coming out of dependency, it's coming out of their own trauma, that it's not good for the child. Okay, so let me be clear again. God's discipline is only coming from love, and that's the only discipline that you can trust. And this is you to be aware how you discipline your youngsters. Hi, Ryan. Nice to see you. Thank you so much for the heart, me. And popular. Yes, you are correct. Yes, Karen. Like you know this. You're a mom. You have seen this. So what brings you? Because you are in this fight of positive and negative, right? Like we have emotions. They are real. They affect our life. They affect our actions. So to be able to discipline someone, make sure you are acting out of love. All right? This applies to everyone. If you are in front of someone and you want to influence their action, make sure it comes from love. Make sure it comes from positive place. So we have talked about this. The high frequency, in my mind, in my idea, I don't know if it's written somewhere, but the highest mind is what Jesus had, like how he reacted, how he was able to be in that position of love and care for us. Like he was suffering, he was being stoned by a lot of people, disencouraged by a lot of people, but somehow he maintained in that high frequency, in that high mindset. So our goal is to be in that same level of mind. So I call that high frequency. In the high frequency, when people go here in the lowest frequency, it doesn't mean that they are bad people. These people in the low frequency, they have gone through a lot in life. You guys see this? You are born here on earth. You're born here on earth and you attract everyone around you. You're attractive, like you have this influence directly from people. When you cry as a baby, like someone is going to look after you. You are naturally attractive. You're naturally in that state of high frequency. Like they want you. You need to be protected. You're a source of happiness, even though you just cry and poop, right? So we are born here, actually, in the high frequency. But in life, we go through challenges, traumas, we go through hardships, and somehow that energy, that mindset starts being layered by these limiting beliefs here, discouragement, fear, doubt. And that person somehow started believing that is true because his mind is covered with a lot of lies, a lot of bad situations. So that person, it doesn't mean that he is bad. He's gone through a lot in life. So when you're up here, you can stand firm as a child of God. Positive energy. And you encounter one of these people. Just like Jesus, when he encountered these people, he still had compassion for them. And he still saved them. So your mission is to maintain there and influence their energy so that they can see hope in you, so that they can feel joy in you, so that they can rise up and start breaking those limiting beliefs. But you need to stay up here. Just like Eroe, Del Aoyantepui was saying you need to stay firm when people are trying to drag you down. Okay, it's a battle. It is a battle. And what happens when you're in a battle? You're ready. You're prepared for it. You train. Okay, you build habits so that when you encounter these people, you don't judge them. Even the Bible says don't judge. You need to have the heart of Jesus. You need to have the heart of compassion and love to treat these people. All right, and I'm not perfect, you guys. I am not perfect. I also need to work on a lot of things in my love of people, but I do feel compassion for people. I love people, but still I have limiting beliefs about certain kind of people. So I'm not perfect. Anyway, del Aoyantepui says, I enjoyed sharing with you. Thanks. Thank you so much. That was a good tip. It's an amazing tip, actually. Not good. So my level of amazement in words are not reflecting to my emotions. It is awesome. Thank you so much for sharing. But that is how I want you guys to see that journey, climbing towards your dream. All right, and in that journey of climbing and making your dreams happen, there are tools that you guys need to bring, right? So for example, Edoe tells us to bring food, water, flashlight sometimes. We didn't mention it, but I think we need to bring certain kind of knife with us. All right, somehow something like that, some rope, maybe we need it, I don't know, depending on the climb. Some tools, we need some tools. All right, and you're going to find tools in your way in that mountain, but you can bring some of your own, all right, in your backpack, ready to fight against these challenges in life. Jorge is asking, is that Jorge 1901? Hello, we are you. No, you're not me. Thank you so much for being here, Jorge. I appreciate you. All right. So hopefully you guys see yourself important in that journey and you apply a little bit of that self-love to you today. Today is Tuesday. Choose you. Remember, you're that vessel too that takes you from this feet of the mountain towards that peak of the mountain where your dreams are, where your visions are. But let me be honest here very quickly. When you have your desires, your vision, God has another plan and it's up there, something that you cannot see. So you have a direction, you want to climb that mountain, but just have in mind this journey, this path, the climb, God is going to use that climb to transform you. Right? He's going to test your patience. He's going to test how brave you are. He's going to test a lot of things about you. Jose Bravo is asking, where are you from? Where do you think I'm from? Guess. Take a guess. Karen says, thank you for this. I really needed to hear this today. Thank you for giving me your time. All right, you guys, everyone else who's watching this live, your time is something that you cannot get back. So I really try to give value to this. So yesterday we talked about mindset. Today it's talking about your vehicle that allows you to rise up in life, because you are that person. You are the one you use. You're that instrument that God used to make that mission happen here on earth. Like, you are that tool that makes everything in life. To eat ice cream, you use your body. To eat chocolates, you use your body. To love people, to build, to climb, to swim, everything. So please take care of yourself. You still have your loved ones. Love them and influence other people to take care of themselves so that they can do more. They can create more memories with their loved ones. They can show more love to people. Right? You are that instrument. Jose Bravo says, I don't know. So, okay, I'm going to be nice and tell you where I'm from. So, I am now in Amsterdam, in the Netherlands, in Los Países Bajos. But I was born in the Philippines. That's why my Asian face is like this. But I grew up in Spain. All right, so I am from both countries, Philippines and Spain. Okay. All right, so we were talking about that God is going to use you in this, use your journey to shape you, right? You have your plan, but when you're about to reach your plan, when you're about to get there, right? God will always have another plan, and you will see when you're up there that you already have the tools, like you already gained some skills because God shaped you, and God will take you to another level, right? As I said, God's plan is something that only exists in His realm. We cannot see it. We can't. So, but trust me, He is equipping you. Every challenge that you're going through right now, He's just testing you. He is just equipping you. All right? Please Google the fruit of the Holy Spirit and ask yourself, which one of this am I learning in my life right now? I'm going through struggles. Which one of this I am learning right now? And once you know, and you still have a lot of things that you can improve, then please communicate with the Father, with the one who wants to really talk with you, and ask Him, God, I am learning a lot of patience in this situation right now where I'm at, right? It's really testing me, but I am going through it. But I still have this, I don't know, struggles with the fruit of self-control. For example, I cannot live my life without coffee. I cannot live my life without rice. That's my mom. I cannot live my life without posting a selfie on social media platforms. Alright, I can't, I have this problem with self-control. Please, can you discipline me or help me discipline me here? And please teach me the skills that I need, or give me the tools that I need so that I can make it happen. So you're asking your Father for guidance. He's going to be so happy that you're asking your Father for help. You guys, if you're fathers, I don't have my dad anymore. I wish I have. But he would be so happy that you ask him for guidance. He would be so excited to teach you, to guide you. I get emotional. All right. But he really wants to communicate with you. All right. So please communicate with him whenever you need. You can call your dad. You can call your father up there. And if you're thinking you don't have a dad, you have a bad relationship with your parents, you have a dad up there. And you can ask him for everything. Like, God, how can I forgive these people? God, ask him everything. In the mighty name of Jesus, always. Because Jesus is the only way to God. Okay? So have a relationship with Jesus. Whew. I appreciate you. Oh, that is beautiful. Let me see. Alright. Let me see. Would you recommend a book about this topic? To be honest with you, the only book that I'm reading about this topic is the Bible. And I do watch podcasts a lot. I haven't read a lot of books when I started believing in God. I was really focused on the Bible and getting to know more about Jesus, because he changed my life, as I said. The podcast that I listen to is John Bevere's podcast. What's his name? Something with Welsh. You guys, I'm going to share with you. Please bear with me. I'm going to look for you. But podcast on YouTube or Spotify. I listen to those. Go for it. Joanne, let me see. Alright. So I do listen to podcasts. I haven't bought a lot of books yet. So if you don't know my story, since you are asking Jorge, I left everything behind in Germany. I lived there for 5 years. God told me to leave everything behind and follow Him. So I came here in the Netherlands almost naked, almost empty, with zero in my bank account. But I'm blessed. I am blessed because this is Him teaching me how to depend more on Him, how to communicate more with Him. Alright, and it's a blessing because my mom and my sister, we were separated for years and years. We didn't know each other. My mom lived in another country since I was a teenager, 17 years old, very inexact. And my sister and me, we didn't grow up together. And after believing in God in 2024, 2025 is when God correction happens. And God put us in one room together, my mom, my sister, and me, to have a relationship with each other. It's a blessing, you guys. God really corrects. It heals heart from the past, like I had maybe resentment to my mom in the past. I was too prideful, but now it's gone. God is really good. He is really good. After 22 years, my job is eliminating my position and I have applied for 3 other positions. Oh yes, you will find, hopefully I pray for you that you find that opportunity that gives you God's provision, something that is yours. It may not be a job, it may be a business, something that comes from your heart, and only you know what comes from your heart. So if you have a hobby, if you have something that you like doing, maybe it's that time to put it outside you. That's what I'm saying. You produce fruits from something that comes from within. Maybe God is telling you to do something different this time. I don't know. I'm just saying. All right. Ask God for that door that you can open. So when God needed to pay tax, Jesus, when he needed to pay tax, he was with Peter. This is a story in the Bible. Some tax collectors were with Jesus and Peter, and the tax collector asked Peter, like, does your master pay tax? And Peter answered, yes, of course, he pays the tax. And Peter goes to Jesus like, oh, this tax collector is, right? He's commenting. And then Jesus asked Peter like, do you think here in this place, kings make their kids pay tax or just the strangers? And Peter replied, they make the strangers pay the tax. So the princes, like sons of kings, don't pay the tax. Sons of kings don't pay the tax because that tax is actually for the temple where God lives. And you guys, who is the father of Jesus? Who is? He is the king and he owns the temple. So basically Jesus knows that he was exempted, but to avoid problems and drama, he says to Peter, Peter, go to fish, because you guys, Peter is a fisherman. So he tells Peter to do something that he is really good at, which is fishing. He tells Peter, go fish, and the first fish that you catch, open its mouth, and you will find coins inside that fish to pay our tax. It will be covering your tax and my tax. That is how beautiful Jesus can be. Like he could just put out like money from his pockets to pay the tax, but no, he tells Peter, he gives a command to Peter to fish, to do something that he is good at. You guys see that? So what are you good at? Ask God, God, please give me the confidence to do that something that I am good at. Please make me be aware of something that I am good at, so that I can open that fish mouths and receive your provision. Makes sense? You guys, this is so beautiful. And I found it funny when I understood it for the first time, because I read that part several times, but I was not understanding it. But one day I could understand and I laughed. I was in the library. I remember reading that part, like Jesus paying tax, and He get it from a fish. So he pays tax with fish money. It is so beautiful. Anyways. Hi Mary Sherry. Hello. Where are you from? Danny. Hello. Where are you from? Rodrigo Gonzalez. Thank you for following. All right, you guys, thank you for allowing me to express my love to Jesus and my joy about this journey of life. I am also making my dreams and goals happen. I am not yet there. I am still being trained and disciplined by God. Let me see. Most people look at the Bible literally, not metaphysically. You mean, yeah, they try to understand it. Yeah, I understand because I was there too. I was there in that situation as well. And I couldn't understand it. I found the Bible without God guiding me to read it. I found it boring. Right? So I can empathize with them. All right. But when God happened in my life, when the Spirit broke my soul and expanded my soul, I started seeing things differently. And as I said, I was led to God because some words repeated in my life, and that led me to the Bible. The words repeated in my life is like the similar experience when you see repeated numbers. But in my case, I was seeing repeated words in my life, in everything, in my teacher, the vlogs that I'm watching on YouTube to entertain myself, to spend my time, to waste my time literally on Netflix, on YouTube. I would catch those words and I would see a pattern, but I ignored them. But one day I was in this darkest moment in my life. I wanted to change my life, but I was not feeling enough, and I was looking for confidence, like the power to actually live, to actually change my life. And then another set of words, this time they were not singular words anymore. It was a phrase. It was power in you. It was repeating everywhere. Like whatever I consumed, I would go to Instagram to mind scroll, my bad habits. I would go to YouTube to waste my time, and that same message would repeat in a most, I don't know, obvious way that I could see it. And I would Google it because who said this quote? Why is it so famous? Everyone is saying it. I wanted to know who did it, who created this quote. Power in you. And I searched on Google. And I read, nothing was calling my attention, but one thing called my attention. Power in You Bible. I clicked on it. And there was it. If you abide in me, I in you. Like, who is in me? And I went to that link and it led me to the Bible in the book of John. And I see Jesus was speaking. Like, who is this person? Because I knew Jesus, who, we celebrated Christmas for him, but I didn't know him, what he really did. And when I saw that there is a God, like a power in me, if I connect with it, if I get to understand it, I will have this confidence. I would have like these possibilities. And I started crying. And that changed my life. Since then, I always wanted to read more about it, to discover more of it. But you guys, I didn't have friends who talked about God. I didn't have family who talked about God. I didn't have a Bible. As I said, I was just using the internet. And somehow still God saved me. I was isolated. I was living in Germany alone in my apartment. I'm amazed how God did it. He used everything that I was using to call my attention. So you guys, if this girl had this opportunity with God that I still am really grateful for, you can have it too. All right, let me see. Good morning, blessings from Ecuador, South America. Jesus is King of Kings. Yeah, we have another Jesus lover here. Welcome, Rodrigo. My name is Joanne. Nice to meet you. I am here in Amsterdam. Thank you so much for being here. So that is how I started believing in God. All right, that verse. If you abide in me, I in you. That is the verse that changed my life. It gave me power. He gave me confidence to open those doors that was in front of me that can change my life. When you look back, do you see the divine order in your chaos? So I didn't look back. Well, let's just do it like this. In one of those moments when I started reading more about God, I was still in brokenness. So it's a transition. It doesn't happen in one day and I'm good. All right. I was still in that brokenness. I injured myself because of work. I hated myself for that. I had these emotions, bad emotions in myself. God gave me flashbacks. Instead of me remembering everything from the past or about myself, He has the ability to make you remember something so vividly that you did wrong, a chaos that you did wrong in the past, and He will allow you to understand the lesson. And your natural reaction, my natural reaction to that is I felt ashamed of what I did, but this God, this entity wanted me to correct, wanted me to do better. Like it's pushing me to do something and it's out of love. So I feel like I was shy to admit, but at the same time I was prideful still to admit, but I wanted to surrender, like my reaction was to repent. My reaction was to repent for everything that I have done wrong. And I started seeing the lessons. I started downloading like how brave I was, how how I sacrificed things, how I've gone through some challenges in life, the lessons of my dad dying, because that was one of those memories that I personally, I think I have done it to cope. I forgot it because I didn't want to deal how my dad died. And every time, sometimes when I talk about the situation, I still cry. But the moment when my dad died came to me as well as a flashback, and it was so vivid. So you would see me in those days when God gives me this flashback, He bringing me the past to the present. I would be so crying, but it felt relieving at the same time. So you feeling bad that you did for yourself, but you actually can be honest and surrender these negative feelings to someone who can understand you and won't judge you. Hopefully you guys understand. But it's crying, but it's also relieving. Like it's cleansing whatever burden that you have. Yeah, see, so if I do see order in my chaos in the past, yes now, but before I couldn't. I was blinded by too much noise. Yes. Job is my big boss from IT. Wait. Jesus is my big boss from IT. Jesus is our boss. Jesus is our boss. You have left your brokenness. Yes. So I have realized something. In my brokenness, God, I think I needed to be broken. I don't know if I needed to be broken, but in that brokenness is where my soul expanded. I think it's what God calls pruning season. It's hard. But when you allow God to expand your soul, of course, when you're leaving an old shell behind, you need to break it like an eggshell. And it's hard. You need some effort to do it, but it's necessary to grow. Ooh, gave me chills when I said that. All right. So brokenness in the future, if I go through brokenness again, I will accept it. I actually was thinking about this the other day. I was like, God, please prepare me for my next brokenness so that I can expand my. Not ready for my next brokenness again. Hopefully it makes sense. But when you are broken, you allow yourself, and if you're with God, as I said, it's like when you are being pruned. And for a plant that is being pruned, it's painful because you're cutting your branch behind, and that means leaving circles behind, identities behind, situations behind, you know. And if you go through that pruning season, you depend on him more. Like you should be obedient like as soon as that pruning season starts, because when you maybe this will start being woo woo. So I was in this mindset, right? In the low mindset here. So I broke this wall broke. In that transition, you need to make sure that you pass through without stopping, like without pausing. And it's hard, right? When you go through this barrier from your next best version of you, you need to have that super dependency on God and your ability to move forward, because this old habits, this old identity of yours is going to keep on dragging you down like gravity. Oh, it's like it's earth, right? So when you go through the atmosphere of earth, if you don't get out of the atmosphere of earth is still going to drag you down. Same, when you level up in life, you need to pass through this barrier without stopping, and you need a lot of fuel, you need a lot of energy, you need a lot of like how do you call it, almost divine support to go through this, to make sure you're out of it. Because if you don't, if you stop here, you're going to be dragged down. That's why a lot of people have difficulties when they're going to go breakthrough. I see it like that. Like you need to be aware of that situation when you're breaking through. Don't stop. All right. Everyone, thank you so much for watching. There's a lot of people today. You guys, everyone who's new, comment new in the comment section below. My name is Joanne. Here I am in Amsterdam, and I like talking about mindset, faith, vision, taking action to make your dreams happen, God. I have also a business for digital products. So I talk about those habits. Nice to meet you, everyone who's new. Thank you so much for being here. All right, so hopefully you guys see the importance of yourself here. When you're climbing that mountain, you're going to have these barriers, like next levels. When you're playing games, who play games here? Who is here a gamer? I love games, but that is my weakness. When I start playing games, I don't stop. All right, who here loves playing games? So when you're playing games, right? When you're about to finish a level, there is a boss. Same thing in life. Same thing in life. Like there's always this challenge that you need to fight before the breakthrough. It's going to be hard. You need to use all the patience that you have, the self control, like all the tools that you have with your words to encourage yourself to keep moving forward, to keep fighting, to protect your heart. Ooh, there's a lot in that battle, but you need to do that battle to get to the next level, right? You guys, this is like just the same way life. And who fight it? You, not your neighbor. That's why you need to train yourself. That's why you need self-love. You need to make yourself empowered, strong, ready for this battle. All right, so everyone, hopefully you see the journey here. Okay, don't forget yourself. I've done that, and that led me to burnout. Let me explain what it was. It was when you started serving so many people, loving so many people, pleasing so many people, but when it's time to give love to yourself, you're empty. You don't have anything to give anymore. So you live a life with that emptiness inside you because you never get filled. You don't do the things that makes you happy anymore. You don't dream anymore. Nothing excites you anymore. Everything that you do in your JOB, even though it's simple, it feels heavy. You have this balloon in your heart. In my case, I even went to the doctor. I asked the doctor, "Doctor, there's something wrong with my heart." Of course, I was crying, not with this energy right now, but I was crying. Like, I was worried about my heart because I felt that there was something in my chest, like something stopping my heart. But the doctor tells me, "You're okay. Your heart is fine." But what's wrong? Why is it hurting so much? I can't understand. So I googled, I researched, right? That's the only thing that I could do. And the thing that I found is that I was going through grief. But grief for what? Grief for what? Nothing, no one died around me recently. Why am I going through grief? And then it clicked to me. My soul was dying. My soul was dying. And my body was reacting already to it. It's saying goodbye to it already. Going through grief. I lost myself. And that was a sign. And of course, I didn't want to lose myself. I wanted to survive. But then I noticed these words, that I say to you that kept repeating. Right? And suddenly they start making more sense in my stillness. So when I share with you guys the habits that changed my life is stillness. You can call it prayer, you can call it meditation, but be with yourself, start that relationship with yourself so that you can hear your thoughts, you can evaluate your emotions. Are they good? Are they bad? Are they helping you? Are they just disturbing you? Have that relationship with yourself. The stillness is something that helped me because it allowed me to listen. And that was the first word that repeated in my life. Listen. I would catch that word somehow, like, and I would ignore it. But in my stillness, they made sense because God started speaking. And I'm like, I could hear, I could listen. And then the second word that repeated in my life was obey, obedience. It would call my attention so much in different ways. So it would be obey, obedience, and in other forms. But this word, obedience. And when you analyze it, you guys, you cannot obey when you can't hear because you're not getting the commands from your king. You're not getting the commands from your captain. You're not getting commands from the higher up. You can't listen. You're blinded by noise. You can't. And those words made sense. Listen so that you can obey, so that I can guide you to save you. You're dying. Your soul is dying. Even though I could smile to other people like this, I was making other people happy, but my heart was empty. My soul was empty. All right, everyone. What part of your story are you still forgiving yourself for? Hard question. Let me see. What part of my story? So I guess it is just that abandonment of myself. That's why I am passionate about this, sharing you guys that don't abandon yourself. Make your dreams happen because I have sidelined my dreams. And when I realized, when God gave me that flashback about my dad, he suffered from burnout as well, just like me. I didn't know because burnout back then was not trendy. But I realized he was going through burnout and he died because of it. Like depression because of work, but he kept going through the work. And one day he suffered stroke. He was one of those men who don't express their emotions, and I now know how emotions affects your health. So everything made sense after that flashback. I started to get that wisdom that I missed from God. And my dad died, and he went to the grave with his dreams in his heart. And I realized I was about to do the same thing for myself. So yes, that is. But I'm doing good. I guess I am using my talent, discovering more of what I'm good at, encouraging people to make their dreams happen as well. So can you tell when someone is listening to your soul, not just your words? Can you tell when someone is listening to your soul and not just your words? I guess here from behind the screen, it's a little bit more difficult, to be honest, to feel. But I notice it with their reactions, I guess. They ask more, um, they engage more. I think so. Yeah. If it's downloaded for them, like there is a connection to them. Maybe my pain is related to them. So that they listen because they may feel something about it. Bill Kalsuke, hello. Like Peter turning his eyes back to Jesus to save himself from drowning. Yes. That's a beautiful story as well. Like keep your eyes on Jesus and believe. This talks a lot about faith. So to believe more, you need to make your faith stronger. So how often do you comfort the version of you that thought she was lost? Almost every day. To be honest, when I comfort my old self by helping others, that helps me a lot. You know, making sure that I become that person who that person needed in the past. Like someone who encouraged people to, like, I forgot my dreams, right? I forgot my dreams. I was in the noise, in the busyness of life. So I need to be that person now for that old version of me. So every day I do it. When you see me here live, I do it. So I do comfort myself. I feel good. I feel like I heal myself when I help people. I heal myself when I help people. But it's not a dependency, all right? This is an important message here. It makes me feel, you know, it kind of gives me that sense of responsibility for others because I've done it in my life wrong. But at the same time, I don't like I keep on working on other strengths or weaknesses that I have that can help to make this mission easier or more possible, easier. So I keep on improving on myself. Because as I said, I have abandoned myself as well in the weakness, distracted, believing lies, just watching Netflix and chilling without making my dreams happen. So now in my free time, I learn, I read, all right? Do you see the pattern in those who misunderstand you? Yes. I do feel compassion for them because as I said, when I explained the frequency thing, they were not bad people. They just lived the bad stuff in life more than I do. So that is when they say hurt people, right? They are still in that low frequency of negativity, and wherever they look, they have negativity around them. Now, the best thing that we can do about these people is stay firm in this positive side so that we can give them hope. Because it's their own decision to change. We cannot push them to change, but your energy has influence, your presence has influence. And learning how to stay firm for these people. Why am I getting emotional? Learning how to be firm for these people is a skill. That's why in my previous, how you call it, in my TikTok just yesterday, I was in the Dutch school and I was asking myself, why did God put me in these places here in Europe where it's cold? Where it's cold, where it's gloomy all the time. Well, not all the time, but in winter, yes. Like, why? I ask those questions. But I think I know the answer. I think I'm being disciplined. I'm being trained for something that I'm not sure yet. But I trust. I trust and at the same time enjoy the journey. As I said, climbing the mountain is about learning how to enjoy the process, the failures. Like sometimes when you're hiking a mountain, you fall, right? You trip. You can laugh about it or cry about it. In my case, I think I would be laughing about it. Hopefully I don't get hurt myself too much. Right? That's why we need to be prepared. Now you take your bandages with you, your betadine with you, with alcohol with you, everything. All right. Okay, everyone, do you have more questions? I will take a pause and then I will go to the library and work a little bit there. I am working with an AI tool. I am working on an AI tool. I am together with a business partner. He is in a branding industry as well, just like me. So what do? I help people find their story. I help with brand story and brand voice. All right, and my colleague, so Mark, he is kind of my mentor. He is older than me, and he wants me to promote this AI tool for everyone. So since it is matching for me, next me help people find their next step towards that next best version of themselves, because people are really confused, especially those who are still maybe finding their way to God, or they're not connected to God just like me in the past. But these tools can help you, and hopefully they see in this looking for truth, looking for their next step. The key is in them. The key is, everything is in us. Just like what God tells me, power is in you. And you'll realize that you need to actually improve yourself, keep growing. So this AI tool, it is built on ChatGPT, but it's an agent trained to help you find your next step towards your next best version of yourself. So it is complementary to my skills, that because I like talking about vision, clarity, faith, the wind. All right, faith and God. It doesn't talk a lot about God, but it is for everyone, for students, for career changers, for people who wants to make an important decisions and they cannot make it. That AI tool is there. Hi Julio, appreciate you. And I also help people start online businesses. Everything you guys that I just have said, for example, next meet, I am looking still for people who can give us feedback. You guys can download it for free, and you will have it for free till the end of the month of this, till the end of September. So try it, give me your feedback. I would love to have it. It is in my gifts download in the links in my bio. Everything is there. Right? It is for free. Okay. Everyone, if you have any questions, please make sure to DM me. As I said, I just reply to serious, inquiries. If you're lost in life, if you have problems to take action, you want to know more about your vision, DM me. But I am not replying to dating applications or those kind of things. Okay? Just serious. I really want you guys to make your dreams happen. Even though I sound very, cheesy when I say that, that's me. Guillermo, appreciate you for being here. All right. So you have me, you have my contacts. If you need help on anything that I'm good at, vision, clarity, God, guidance, story, voice, speaking, you guys let me know. Okay, or confidence. I'm working on it as well. But you guys, appreciate you. Bye. I will leave. All right. Thank you so much for being here. Ryan, I appreciate you for being here. Rodrigo, gracias. Pamela, Luis, Denise, Dario. Hola tú. Purki. Purik, Bruna. One love. I have a right to option. Edu Julio, no username, cat DM. Hey guys, I pray for your success. My pleasure. Thank you so much. All right, see you tomorrow. Tomorrow we'll be talking about wealth forms, right? Remember, I chased money. I chased money in the past. I chased money to fill my emptiness inside my heart, bad habits, and that led me to burnout. Today we're going to talk about wealth forms that are more important than money, so that you guys can also start learning more about those wealth that can actually make you more wealthy. Everyone, bye bye. See you tomorrow. All right, YouTube. Thank you so much. It sounds like a game for TikTok. Amazing. All right, thank you so much for being here. I don't know who's watching, but thank you so much for giving me your time. I will see you tomorrow. As I said, we're talking about wealth forms tomorrow. I will have new details about wealth forms. So, yeah, I've been learning more about it as well. So, I will share to you tomorrow, and I will prepare, my message for tomorrow as well in the library. All right, everyone. Bye bye.